Number 15. The sniper in the lunch area. The last thing you'd want is to get your life taken by a sniper while you're eating your breakfast. But as it turns out, that might be what you get. A man named George was peacefully eating his breakfast until out of nowhere, he gets shot by a sniper, still with a burger on his mouth ready to bite it. The whole lunch students all went running out of the cafeteria, still with George left thrown on the lunch table. Later until 4:55 p.m., police came in to investigate the lunch area. They found George still thrown on the lunch table with the burger on his mouth. Then the police had to remove the burger. Till this day, no one knows who the life taker was. Some suggest it was Oscar Bolaños, but perhaps we may never know.
Number 14. The Life-Taking Clown. There was once a man named Jorge Lopez. Jorge Lopez was a famous YouTuber, mostly known for his twisted and creepy videos. But one day in 2007, he hired a clown dressed as Ronald McDonald for a film. But as it turns out, the clown was an escaped prisoner that took many people's lives, and unfortunately, it was too late for Jorge. Ronald McDonald strangled Jorge like there was no tomorrow. After taking Jorge's life, Ronald McDonald has been hiding for 10 years until he was finally captured and executed in 2017. Just imagine the horror Jorge had to go through after realizing the clown actor was a dangerous life taker. Jorge was strangled before he could call the police. Now do you want to hire a clown? I didn't think so either.
Number 13. Chessburger. Have you ever been to Chessdonald's? People say that it's one of the worst restaurants you could ever go to. People say that when you eat a Chessburger, it causes you to fall into a hypnotic state, making you eat more and more Chessburgers. What's the bad thing about this so-called Chessburger? Well, it's the fact that they're poisonous, and eating more makes the poison faster and stronger. The fastest death to a Chessburger was in 1.3 seconds, when a man ate over 100 Chessburgers in 2 minutes. Do you want to go to Chessdonald's? I certainly do not.
Number 12. Angry Grandma. Angry Grandma was once a normal person, until one day she went insane. She got Alzheimer's and eventually took the lives of her own family. People referred to her as Angry Grandma because she would scream horribly and would take many people's lives since 2003 until the police captured her in 2009 and sent her to a mental asylum before executing her in 2011. Would you want to bump into Angry Grandma? I certainly do not. Number 11. The Friendly Ice Cream Truck. This ice cream truck would go to St. Giselle Street every day exactly at 3:33 a.m. How did they get customers, you ask? The music was hypnotic and it only attracted children. The man inside the truck would take away the lives of many children and would make ice cream out of them to sell during the day on the truck. The words Friendly Ice Cream Truck were written. Many parents would wake up in the morning and would notice that their children would go missing. Would you buy ice cream from this truck? I certainly won't. Number 10. Nightmare Fuel. Nightmare Fuel is an extremely dangerous drink that should be consumed with extreme caution. The company is not responsible for what happens to you, since they even tell you that you have to drink it at your own risk. People say that the symptoms are horrible. Only few people have been able to survive the effects of Nightmare Fuel. You can only purchase this drink at 21. People above 60, beware. One man decided to make a video about drinking Nightmare Fuel. The man was 75 years old. He drank the fuel and went to sleep. He started screaming in panic and seemed very scared. The next morning, his family saw him on the floor with black eyes and the bottle of Nightmare Fuel shattered beside him. Would you purchase a bottle of Nightmare Fuel? I certainly won't.
Number 9. The blank square. The blank square is a strange occurrence that has a very rare chance of happening. The blank square is a glitch that will appear in text messages when someone sends a picture. The image will take a very long time to load, and all you will see in the image is a blank square. What is so bad about a blank square? It is the fact that after viewing the blank square for too long, you will end up losing your life shortly after. The way the blank square takes your life is very unknown, since only a few people have actually passed away from the glitch. One time a man named Alberto Gutierrez was using his phone. He was having a peaceful chat in WhatsApp with his best friend, until eventually his friend sent him a picture. The picture took a few minutes to load, until all of a sudden Alberto started getting a headache. He went to go drink some pills, but before he could get there, he ended up getting a heart attack. He was only found when his neighbor was going to ask him for something. After waiting for some time, his neighbor went inside the house to investigate and found Alberto's lifeless body lying cold on the ground. In the time the neighbor has arrived, it was way too late. Alberto Gutierrez has been on the floor for quite a while.
Number 8. The sh. The sh is a dangerous anomaly that can be found in a forest or sometimes inside buildings with cameras. The sh is able to pass through locked doors and walk above water. However, the sh isn't a friendly creature. As soon as it sees a human, it will violently rip it apart, starting with the eyes, but it is unknown whether it also attacks animals. In 2001, camera footage of the show was uploaded on a website called camatube.com. The footage showed the show entering a room full of busy workers minding their business in the computers until suddenly the show started dismembering people's bodies from right to left. The room was a complete mess. Later, the show was walking to what seemed like the office, and a few seconds later, a loud snap is heard and the camera footage ends. It is unknown how the video was even uploaded, but it got removed immediately along with the website before the video could get more views. It is a mystery where the show is lying today, but we are just lucky we weren't in that office that fateful day. I wonder whose house would the show be visiting next. It could be your home or mine. Who knows?
Number 7. I see you. I see you is another disturbing glitch where a random distorted face will appear on your camera. It happens mainly when you video chat someone on different apps. The call will be normal, but suddenly the voice of the person you are speaking with will get more glitchy, laggy, and the screen will start getting glitchy and distorted as well, until suddenly the face of the person you are speaking with will be deformed or look unnatural. If you stay in the call, the distorted voice will sound like static, and the only thing you will hear is, "I see you." After that, the call will suddenly end and your phone will get a virus. The same will happen on a computer, but it is more common on phones. People that have reported the glitch ended up losing their lives 3 days later. Do you want to run into this glitch? 'Cause I don't.
Number 6.
The Furious Mother. You should never make your mother angry, nor should you underestimate her, especially when you see her with the classic Mexican sando in her hand. A long time ago in Mexico of 1988, a boy named Valentin de Leon was ignoring his mother since he couldn't hear her yelling. This made her very angry, so she broke through Valentin's door and Valentin asked what happened, and the mom screamed furiously when he asked the question, and she replied, "Didn't you hear me calling you?" And Valentin said, "Sorry mom," but it was too late for Valentin. The mother was about to hit her son with a sandal, but he managed to run out of the house.
After chasing Valentine for hours, the mom yelled so hard she shattered the windows of a store nearby and the heads of the people near her exploded. She lit her sandal on fire and threw it at her son at 500 miles per hour, making her son blow up into many pieces. Would you want to make this Mexican mother angry? I certainly won't. Number 5. The Boy. You've probably never heard of the legendary Da Boy, but he is extremely dangerous and known by many. Luckily, there is a way to defeat him, but only a few people know how. Da Boy was an average meme viewer which enjoyed seeing dabs as they were famous in 2015, but soon he started getting angry when dabs slowly started dying in 2018. This made him so angry that he went as far as trading his soul to the devil for the ability to take people's lives by just dabbing. If you see him passing by, you should dab and he'll just pass by you. But if you don't dab or say something negative about dabs, he will dab so hard your head will spin in the direction of his dab at 500 miles per hour at 360 degrees. He is mostly known to be in highly populated cities, blending in with the crowd, but sometimes he is in the woods. So if you like camping, beware. Would you want to bump into the boy? I certainly do not. Number 4. Who poisoned this family? A long time ago in December 24, once lived a family in an old city called Humanstown. Their house was infested with rats and cockroaches, so this was bothering the family and interrupting their celebrations. They decided to call an exterminator to get rid of those annoying creatures. That night, the family was about to have dinner and the exterminator arrived to business. He told them to go outside and that he will call them when he finishes eliminating all the animals. When he was finished, he told the family they can go in and continue what they were doing. The next day after that happened, the family hasn't been heard of and they haven't paid any of their recent bills or picked up any calls. The city was very worried because it's been way too long, so they called the police to investigate. When the police finally arrived, there was a horrible smell. So they opened the door to see the entire family was lifeless on the dinner table and slowly decaying. It turns out the exterminator was a dangerous escaped inmate who has previously poisoned other people's food as a waiter and chef. After finding out, they captured the man. He claimed he worked for a company called Rapid Exterminators. The man was later hanged on death row for his crimes. Would you call this company to your house? I certainly won't. Number 3. The Offenders. The Offenders are a group of people that you would never want to come across. The Offenders are known to harass any bypassers that they can find across different countries, and they all have hidden identities. One time a man named Robert Smith was playing with one of his friends that he has known for 5 years, but sometime later, his friend called him to come to some mysterious area where Robert then ended up being knocked unconscious and kidnapped. When Robert woke up, he was harassed by a group claiming to be called the Offenders. Robert said the people were unrecognizable since they were in a dark room. He also claims they all did unspeakable stuff that he couldn't even say what they were. When Albert was freed, he awoke back in his room, but he knew he wasn't dreaming because he had a red bracelet on his hand which wasn't there previously. Do you want to run into the Offenders? I certainly don't. Number 2. The Cursed Nun. There once used to be a church in an unknown location named St. Mary Church. In that church once lived a nun with the name of Dana del Sotano. One day on September 8, 1971, Dana went to her house and strange things started occurring. Glasses started shattering and objects started falling violently, and after a while objects stopped falling. When that stopped, she decided to take a nap at the wrong moment. Later on, she woke up possessed by an evil entity or demonic creature. Dana started going crazy and screaming ferociously. She took a look at her mirror to figure out she looked horrendous. Her eyes were all black and her face was disfigured upon recognition. The entity possessing her took her back to the church and she started attacking and taking the lives of everyone in that church. The church has now been closed and screams can still be heard at 12:52 a.m. Would you like to visit this church? I certainly won't. Number 1. The German Baron. The German Baron is a mysterious entity that might appear in people's nightmares if its messages are ignored and can soon start appearing in the person's real life. Some time ago in 2018, a man named Julian Edelman was having a peaceful conversation with one of his friends until suddenly he started receiving uncomfortable messages from a stranger. He has told the stranger many times to leave him alone, but the stranger showed no signs of stopping. Julian decided to block and ignore the stranger, but that's where stuff started getting really bad. Julian started getting horrible nightmares where a strange, creepy creature would take his life in many different ways. 5 days later, Julian reported seeing the same creature in his vents and decided to call the police. When the police came into the house, they found Julian with his limbs thrown all over the place and teared into shreds. Julian's face wasn't recognizable, but the creature wasn't found. The only thing the police could find was a paper that said, "I can smell you." Would you like to receive a message from the German Baron? I didn't think so. If you like this video, please try checking out my other videos and thank you. That way you'll be notified of new uploads.